You ever see a trailer to a movie and you think, oh my god, this has so much potential, only for when you actually see that said movie and it doesn't capitalize on that potential to disappointing you? Yeah.
We can get out of this together.
So the New Mutants is a new X-Men horror movie, if you can even call it that. In the New Mutants, we follow a character played by Blue Hunt as after a very traumatic event in her life, she finds herself in this hospital with other mutants as they realize they're trapped in a place that's not really a hospital where, as you can imagine, things happen. Alrighty guys, so let's get into the New Mutants. First of all, starting off with the performances, I thought that everyone was good. I mean, not particularly great, but good. Blue Hunt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Maisie Williams, Charlie Heaton, and the one who plays this one mutant that has basically fire abilities, I thought were all good. This film is competently shot, it's well edited together. There's nothing particularly that bored me, I want to say, and there are some scenes that do tap into the potential for this movie could have been like. There were some cool action sequences, especially in the second half of the movie. There is one scene that I thought, okay, that's creepy. As you all know, when I made my trailer review for the New Mutants, that was, I believe, in October. Let me double check that really quick. Okay, get this guys. My trailer review for the New Mutants came out October 17th of 2017. It's been that long since that trailer came out. But as you all know, if you guys saw that video, you will all know that I was really excited for the potential of this movie. I mean, it seemed like it had the potential to be essentially Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors set within the X-Men franchise. And given out this film with the concept, and given the trailers, and knowing the people behind it, this could have been amazing, and disappointed. Now, I mentioned this before, I like the performances, but when it comes to the actual character development, there's barely any. Basically, this is the character development. Oh, hi there, I'm this character, and this is what you know about me. Oh, hi there, I'm this character, and this is what you know about me. Oh, hi there, I'm this character, and this is what you know about me. And I am this character, and this is what you know about me. Basically, what you get for character development. I mean, I will say that there are maybe two characters that give a tad bit more. There were scenes in this movie in which characters were in extreme peril, and I could care less if they died, but the characters themselves essentially separate themselves into three groups. There's the good characters, like the good guy characters. Then there's the characters that come off as really douchey. They're dickheads, bitches at the start, but then they turn themselves around saying, no, I'm actually good guys. And then there's the flawed character that is either good, or if you don't know, they're actually bad when it comes to a certain point in the film. Especially when it comes to Henry Zaga's character, I mean, oh my god. When you see Henry Zaga's character, his character has that collar up, and his attitude, the moment that you see him, he might as well just have these douchey sunglasses on to say, hey, I'm the douche in this movie. And Anya Taylor-Joy, I love her. Her character was such a bitch that I honestly, at first, I wanted her to die. But the most important thing about this movie is this. It is marketed as a horror film, but the problem is that it's not really a scary movie, really at all. There are maybe a couple of scenes in which you can see the potential this movie has, into which it deals with psychological trauma, but otherwise, it's not really a scary movie. What this movie actually felt like instead was a young adult movie with horror elements sprinkled out. And you know what I just realized? I mean, I realized this as I was driving out of the movie theater, was that I faced a certain situation with the movie If I Stay. Yeah, I remember that movie? I mentioned that in my review of that movie, that I went into that movie expecting more of a supernatural drama with the romance element of it in sprinkles, where what I got out of that movie was more of a teenage romance film with the supernatural drama element in sprinkles. In the New Mutants, I went into this movie expecting more of a horror film with the young adult element in sprinkles, where what I got in reality was a young adult movie with the horror element just in sprinkles. This is unfortunate because if you guys have been following the production of this movie, it went through a lot of things. Like at first, if I remember correctly, Josh Boone made this film at first as a straight up horror film, but apparently, I don't remember the exact thing, but Fox said they wanted more of a young adult movie with the little horror elements added in, but then he was told that he was allowed to have his original vision. Well, it seems like they have the cut that Fox wanted. A Nightmare on Elm Street-like movie in the X-Men franchise, Dream Warrior specifically. How awesome does that sound? That doesn't happen, I want to say, until I want to see the second half, but even then, the thing that honestly irked me the most is that only one character's fears essentially are put in reality, where all the other characters, their fears are mentioned maybe once. And my other biggest problem with this movie is the first half. Now, I get it that you want us to, attach us to these characters. At the same time, though, when they have little character development, it's not going to do you any good when these characters are in extreme danger in that really cool second half. And there's actually a certain point into which, I'm not going to lie, I laughed a couple of times. The scares weren't typical jump scares where the sound is completely drained out and all of a sudden, bam, a scare happens. That doesn't happen in this movie, and I can appreciate that. However, what I will say about the scares at the same time, even though that they didn't resort to cheap jump scares, is that the scares weren't as scary as they could have been. Like I mentioned, the scares are very little in this movie. And then when it comes to the ending, I mean, I will say this, the ending isn't particularly bad or anything, it's just that the ending made me go like, eh? So overall, and it hurts me to say this, but the New Mutants was just eh. This movie is definitely better than X-Men Origins Wolverine and Dark Phoenix by a mile. However, at the same time, given the film's concept and the film's amazing trailers, this should have been so much better than it actually was. All in all, like I said, I didn't hate this film. I thought it was just so I'm gonna give the New Mutants a 2 out of 5 stars. I know it sounds like I was more negative on this than I intended, but trust me guys, I didn't hate myself watching this movie. I mean, there were definitely some parts I thought was just fine, but like I mentioned before, given how this movie looked and the concept, it could have been, and it should have been at that, it should have been so much better. If you guys have seen the New Mutants, what did you guys think? Or what is your favorite X-Men movie of all time? Besides Logan or Days of Future Past, let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat and Stardust. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links and the usernames are in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the New Mutants. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and do not forget to hit that notification bell for whenever the latest video of mine goes live. If you guys want to see any of my previous 2 videos, please click on right there or there. And of course, until my next review, I will see you guys next time.